Welcome back to Great Lakes Junction, everyone. Today's project, we're going to make a barrier to keep a small dog out of certain rooms of the house. I wouldn't recommend it for a large dog. They're either going to eat it or just jump over it. And what it is, so I don't know if you can see that, this is what they call a baby gate on the market. So it slides open, staircases, that sort of thing, or doorways. So I'm going to copy this idea, but I have to make them much bigger. The doorways I have that I want to block off are considerably bigger than just a normal door. But we're going to use that design. Okay, so we've got everything cut now. I think those are going to be the uprights, the railings in it. And we've got our frame pieces for the top and bottom cut. We ran everything through the router just to take the sharp edges off, so everything's got a bit of a rounded over edge. You can see, maybe you can see the profile. We did the same thing with what's going to be the rails for the top and bottom. Now we need to make some brackets up. The brackets on that gate we were using as a sample. So they just have this bracket comes up, wraps around it a little bit, and the gate slides back and forth inside of itself in those brackets. So we need to make up some brackets. The only thing I've got for metal for that is an old aluminum shovel. So we're going to try and use it to make the brackets. Well, I wasn't quite sure how I was going to cut this, but I think a hacksaw blade and the jigsaw seems to be working very well. So we'll flatten those out, do some bending on them, and I think we've just about got all the pieces made that we need to start assembly. Okay, so we have all of the sharp edges are filed off, all the sharp corners are filed off. So we need to figure out where our bends have to be in that. Drill some holes for mounting them on the frame, and those will be all ready. got all of our pieces that we're going to use for the railings. or the uprights in the railing, I guess. And I don't have any big drill press or a fancy jig to try and drill holes in the centers of these. So I'm just doing it, just eyeballing it. So I'm going to start with a very small drill bit first. So we're going to use wooden dowels in the ends of these to assemble everything so we don't have nails and screws all over. So if any of these are too far off center, I did make extra of these. So I'll check these over. If I've got any that are really, I've got a couple I think that are really off center, so I'm going to drill some of the extra ones that I had. Got our gates done. We made these blocks up for the end. I didn't want to put any hinges or screws in the door jamb in the house. So this should fit around the door jamb. That will stop them from being able, for the dog to be able to tip them over. So we have one that opens up to a 41-inch doorway and one that'll do a 48-inch doorway. So I think that'll work out. The only thing left to do now is to put them in place and see if they fit. Well, I think these are going to work out just fine. This is the smaller of the two, but the other one works just as well in the doorway that it's in. So that concludes another project for us. Thank you again for watching.